Hey, welcome to my channel. These cards are speaking, and I'm going to do the weekly zodiac signs. I'm going to start with Aries. I hope you're doing well. I know it's been a while, a long while. I hope you've missed me. I've missed you guys. I really do enjoy bringing you readings. Just had some life going on, don't we all, right? But we're going to see what Spirit has to say. The overall energies for you, Aries. And then we can do some tarot. Alright, Spirit. You have the tea. Tell us what Aries has going on. What's the overall energy for Aries? The snake. Completion. No, competition, excuse me. Enemy, clever, malicious. Look over your shoulder. The other woman. And then the bottom of the deck is the sword and rose. Clarity, truth, revelations, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. The first thing I heard was like hot and cold. So this may be a relationship or situation that is proven to be hot and cold. Maybe even leaving you in the state of the opposite of this. The sword and the rose is like bittersweet. You know, you're desiring clarity, you're desiring truth, some revelation of this relationship situation or what's going on, some type of clarity, protection of your heart even. So we can do some tarot and see what Spirit has to say further. Alright, Aries, let's see. We have the Seven of Swords. Someone is looking back over this relationship, this situation, and is wondering what is going on. Should you take your good, so to speak, or take what is salvageable of the relationship and move on? The bottom of the deck is justice. So there's need to be some type of balance, some type of clarity, some type of fairness. I feel like someone is desiring, someone maybe even feel like they got the short end of the stick, so to speak. So I feel like someone's in a decision making role, like should I or shouldn't I feel like someone doesn't have all the answers either. Look at that, the Hierophant. Someone is lacking all of the answers that they need to make this decision. But you're feeling the need to move on. The Six of Swords, that is moving, that's movement, moving on to calmer waters, to still waters, things that aren't up in the air, so to speak. Look at that, Knight of Pentacles. I feel like someone feel like this was ongoing, what's the word, like inevitable, something like something was bound to happen. This was something that you saw coming like over a long term, and maybe even wanting to make it work, but you feel like it's can't, like you can't. Look at that, the Three of Pentacles. You know, you're wanting to make this work, but it's like you put all your eggs in this basket and it's hatched, so to speak, and it's like it is what it is. At this point, you have exactly what is made itself available, what has shown its face right now. You know, so with this being hot and cold and desiring that clarity, I feel like, you know, you are the priestess or the high priestess over your own selves, and I feel like you already know what you know. You know what you know. Look at that. You're juggling with the answer of what to do. And then the other side is trying to figure out this camera, is the King of Swords. You know, someone is wanting to make a clear, well thought out, analytical, a really analyzed decision on what needs to be done. So I feel like that speaks to your character, whoever this is, that you don't make rash decisions or harsh decisions. You still have your heart in it also, is what I'm feeling. But I feel like even with that, it's like you know the answer of what to do. But a lot of times, we get stuck in giving people the benefit of the doubt. Look at this. This is the internal battle, internal struggle of already knowing what needs to be done, but not wanting to. We can give people the benefit of the doubt. We can hope and wish that they change. But at the end of the day, it's them. They have to make that choice if they want to proceed, if they want to be a better person, or whatever it is. The bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands, which to me speaks of celebration. I feel like that is truly your heart's desire, not necessarily marriage, but whatever this conflict is to be resolved, and it's to be resolved within you. Like that. Open and clear and precise communication is what you're desiring. Because I feel like someone is tired of living in the hot and cold, the off and on. It's like it's not what you had planned. It's not what you desired. Look at that. Split the deck is the Lovers. It's what you want. All ego to the side. And just be honest, open, expose. The Lovers to me always speaks of like just bearing it all and sharing who you really are. The King of Cups, being in control of your emotions and what you desire and what you say, and being stable with it. This King of Cups is on that concrete platform, and it is on the water, which represents the emotion. Like that is what you're desiring. That's what you're wanting. I feel like that's what you feel like you deserve. And anything less than that, I feel like, we saw that Six of Swords. Someone's ready to jump ship, so to speak. So what is the advice? What is the advice for Aries? What is the advice? What is the advice for Aries? Look at that. It's to be true to who you are. To be true to who you are. To speak up. Be clear. Be honest. To the point. And not leaving any room for doubt and unbelief. Not leaving any wiggle room for anyone to speak anything other than the utter truth. The bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords. That's resting in your decision, being confident in the decision that you are making. In whatever decisions you make, you're going to be clear and precise in it. And then with the Four of Swords, resting in it, holding your ground, so to speak, being true to who you are. Look at that, the Chariot, moving in a positive direction. And that positive direction is what serves your highest good. In this journey, this ascension, and what we walk in, we can only work out our own salvation. We can only work out our own ascension. We can only work out our own higher level of consciousness. We want to take people with us. We want them to ascend also. But if it's not that time, you might have to be the Queen of Swords, and just with this sword being upright, knowing when to cut off. Yeah. Because what happens is your heart ends up being hurt. Your heart gets hurt. You take one for the team, and you take one for the team for what? It's a question you have to ask yourself. You're taking one for the team for what? Knight of Cups. You feel like what is being brought to you is not the very best. You know, what is being brought is just the basic. You feel like where you at and where you're going, it should definitely be further along than where you are. It's that Justice on the bottom again. You know, desiring justice. If this is could be a marriage, it could be, waiting on a court order or a verdict from the courts. It could be anything. Um, a balance. It could just be even a balance of this hot and cold. It's like you're sick of it. Like, just make a decision already. You know. Look at that. The three of wands. It speaks of waiting for the ship to come in. I keep moving this card. I'm trying to figure out exactly how to hold it so that you can see it. Because everything's backwards. But the three of wands speaks waiting for your ship to come in, and this is like waiting for the right moment to come in. But I feel like you already know when the right moment is. To, a lot of times we look for confirmation. We're looking for signs from the ethers, from the heavens, from a billboard, because what we are doing, it's going to cause hurt. It's going to cause pain. But as always, and like I always say, remember who you are. Trying to find it. Ugh. Sorry, y'all. Remember who you are. You're independent. You're strong. You did not come this far to not go even to go further. You're abundant. You will bounce back. If this is the ending of a relationship or a job or marriage, you will bounce back. I feel like also the communication that come, it's going to give you closure, and the closure that you need to make a final decision. The internal battle that you're going through, I feel like it's going to push you to make a decision, because you don't want to continue, with this cycle. You've worked and worked, have been willing to work, and still continue willing to work, but just to be brought the same old, it doesn't work anymore. And I know the length of time that has been involved has caused the heartache, But what you're learning and what's being revealed to you is causing you and enabling you to go in the positive direction forward, which you no longer will have to look back. Yep, you're taking everything that you brought. You know how to say, what do you bring to the table? Everything that you brought to the table is an embodiment of who you are. And with that, you're able to make a conscious decision to go forward. All right, let's get an affirmation, and we'll end with that. Make sure these all. All right, Aries, what is a channel message specifically for Aries? What is it that they need to hear, Spirit? A channel message for Aries. Let's celebrate. It's upside down. Let's celebrate your love. It keeps seeing it, and it's upside down. There it is again. And I feel like even with that, just looking at it, I feel like Spirit is saying, don't forget to celebrate yourself. Don't forget to remember who you are and how far you came. Whatever this final decision that you make doesn't define who you are as far as a demise, but it will define who you are as your character and your integrity of who you are and who you've ascended to be. All right, let's get one. It's time to rise. Ugh, it's going sideways. It's time to rise. Look at that. Your heart. Let your heart be lifted. No longer being downcasted. No longer being sad over it. But let your love live. Let your love lift you up. It says no matter what's happening in our lives, we always have the potential to rise above it. Rising is one powerful choice away. Rise out of our negative thoughts or our limiting belief rise out of our comfort zone or our complaints, rise out of our slump or out of the potato chip bag. Get up and rise. What are you waiting for, darling? That's beautiful. And that is it sideways. There we go. And it's straight. All right, Aries. That is what I have for you. These cards have spoken. And as always, remember who you are.